Paige Jones, Jerry Coons Jr., Davey Ray, Logan Seavey, and Ryan Timms had all opened up their tenures as 𝐂𝐲𝐥𝐢𝐳 Motorsports drivers by winning a USAC National Midget feature in their very first start for the team. Ohio's Jacob Denny looked to do the same in his first run for the team in the season opener at Kokomo.
Riders go to the outside. They clear quickly. Now Jacob Denny once again. He is within striking distance, and they've got a gaggle of cars dead ahead. Right on the back bumper now, going to shoot to the inside, goes for the slide, and he has got all kinds of room between himself and the 14, but he may have given him too much. Kevin Thomas back to the inside of turns 3 and 4. Jacob Denny going to the top side. Can he come around to officially lead a lap at the line? He does. Jacob Denny takes over with 13 laps completed. Leader to the outside. He's got Sam Johnson to his inside. He's got Buck Walter dead ahead. Working onto the back straightaway. He's got just a little bit of room to breathe here. He's going to go ahead and thread the needle in turns 3 and 4. Works by the 25. Now going to go to work on Guarini in the 63. Kevin Thomas Jr., who led early, rides in the 4th position in the 14. Jason Pursley trying to work around the lap cars. Oh, we've got one upside down over turn number 3. Red light's going to come on. Back to green, the 2-lap dash of the finish. Jacob Denny absolutely riding the cushion through turns 1 and 2. Takes a huge amount of speed off into turns 3 and 4. White flag cometh. Jacob Denny running away. Battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Cannon Macintosh, Dason Pursley, Kale Drake all there in a battle into the final 2 turns, but the checkered flag is in the air, and Jacob Denny going to victory lane for the first time in his career here at Kokomo.
With his opening night Kokomo victory, Jacob Denny jumped out to the early point lead, but it would prove to be short-lived. Over the past 2 weekends, Justin Grant had tallied victories in USAC's Silver Crown and National Sprint divisions. On night 2 of the Kokomo Grand Prix, he looked to set an all-time USAC record by winning in all 3 national divisions in a season faster than any driver ever has before by one single solitary day. It's a record Dave Steele had held since 2002.
Field off and running, 3 wide, several rows deep at the top, but it's going to be a battle for the race lead, and Justin Grant's going to come out with it here as they make their way into turns 3 and 4. Snyder up to the high side, trying to get a run back by. Grant's going to come around to lead lap number 1. Grant leads, Snyder running in 2nd. You've got Seavey, Drake, Edwards, and Dason Pursley right there in the top 5 here in the opening laps. Battle at the top, maybe. Steven Snyder back up around the outside, has a run onto the front straightaway on Justin Grant. Grant working the bottom side of Kokomo through turns 1 and 2. Again, Snyder with a big run as they work into turns 3 and 4. Last season, it was Grant behind the wheel of that RMS Racing entry. This year, it's Steven Snyder Jr., and they are duking it out at the front of the field. Down to the inside goes Snyder across the nose of Grant. The car gets tight, though. You saw him crank the wheels to the left. It went up the racetrack, and Justin Grant holds on to the race lead. Just shy of 0.8 of a second, the difference. Now it's going to be Carlings. Here comes Snyder to the outside. Grant held up, threads the needle on the Bennett's off of turn number 4 and brings it down to under 0.5 a second. Snyder lurking around the outside. Justin Grant patiently around the bottom at both ends of the speedway. As up front, Justin Grant going to come around to the wave of the white flag. 1 to go. Battle for 2nd is on here in the closing lap. To the inside with a slide. Here comes the 57 of Seavey up the racetrack. Snyder back to his inside as they work to the back straightaway. Seavey going to take it down to protect the bottom into turns 3 and 4. Bounces the car, but the double checkered flags are flying, and Justin Grant is a winner at Kokomo.
With the victory, Justin Grant vaulted to the top of the standings as the series' newest point leader. In each of the past 2 years, Justin Grant's biggest reward at the Belleville short track was setting fast qualifying time in both 2023 and 2024. This time, the Ione, California native embiggened his role at the forefront of the field by capturing his first career victory at the Belleville, Kansas quarter-mile dirt oval for his 2nd consecutive victory.
Seavey tries the bottom. Grant going to go to the outside. Who's going to have the advantage around to the front straightaway? It will be the Abacus Racing entry. The Bolt drivers held up off of the bottom last time, exiting turn number 2, as it will continue to be Seavey holding on to it, having a tiptoe around the slower car. In the meantime, that has allowed Kale Drake to close back in. Reinbold was running in 8th. That'll be Drake Edwards now. Gavin Miller and Gunnar Setz are going to be your top 10 as we go back to the green. Here comes the NOS Energy entry with a slide for the lead. Does he have it to the back straightaway? He does. It'll be Justin Grant up into the top spot here. Logan Seavey back to 2nd. Tries the bottom side of 3 and 4. Denied. Thomas Meserol trying everything he can, railing the high side at both ends to see if he can build some momentum and get a run. He's going to close several car lengths this time as they come around to find the lap coat flying. 0.562 at the line at the wave of the white. Working onto the back straightaway for the final time. Off into turns 3 and 4 for the 5th time this season. He's going to victory lane. Justin Grant wins night number 1 here at Belleville.
Redemption was on Canon Macintosh's mind on the second night at Belleville. An incident with Justin Grant the night before while running second dashed his chances at a win. He recovered, however, and drove back from 22nd to 5th. That showed a glimpse of what the Oklahoma native was capable of, and he proved it on Saturday night in a 1-2-3-4 𝐂𝐲𝐬𝐬 finish.
Prelim competition restarts in that second position. We go back to green. Cannon with a good restart. Right on the back bumper is now your leader going to change his lineup. He's going to try the outside of 1 and 2, and that's going to cost him. He just left the door open, and Cannon stepped on in, said thank you very much, and he's going to steal the chandelier. The 71 takes off with the race lead with 11 laps to go. Gavin Miller now going to have to get the elbows up and come back after him. 𝐂𝐲𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐴 Jr. in the meantime back up into third, and he is hunting. Here comes a slide for the lead. Can he hold on to it? Up to the cushion. Wheel stands it. They're 3 wide almost for the top spot. Side by side, nearly tapping tires into turns 1 and 2. Macintosh hustling the bottom, holds on to it. Miller still runs in second. 𝐂𝐲𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐴 Jr. right there, and now here comes Kevin Thomas Jr. Kevin Thomas Jr. trying to get up in that mix. He rides in fourth. They are oh so slow around the bottom of turns 3 and 4, but they're making it work now. Around the bottom side of the speedway goes your top 3. Fourth place going to let it hang out on the outside. Now they're going to switch ranks over into turns 3 and 4. Right up on the back bumper, nearly pushing the 𝐂𝐲𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐴 entry up into that second spot. Kale Drake takes over the runner-up position. Gavin Miller crossed in third. Denny in fourth. They will continue to battle for that third position as they come around. The checkered flag has dropped. The battle to be on the podium is done, but the top spot belongs to Canon Macintosh.
With 4 top 5s and 4 starts to begin the season, Canon Macintosh took over the point lead by a narrow 2-point margin. A series of fortunate events with the number 2 featured prominently everywhere Kale Drake turned. A stop at a gas station produced a bill of $22.22. At the track, he drew pill 22. Then, before the A-main, he applied 22 tear-offs to his helmet. This time, he made his winning move with 2 laps to go to earn USAC National Midget Career Victory number 2.
Oh, your leader just took it over the cushion. Likewise, the 97. Both of them went in with a full head of steam. And the bobble by Kale Drake saves the 67, but it might not this time. He just took it over the top in turns 1 and 2. On the cushion hard once again, down to the bottom. He's going to get away from the chaos, and you're going to have a new leader. Kale Drake taking advantage of Jacob Denny, tripping over the cushion 3 different times, now a 4th time as they work onto the back straightaway. As we're ready to go back to green. Field back in her way, and they're going to dice it up at the top spot here. Everybody vying for position. It will be the 𝐂𝐲𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐴 number 97, but here comes Riley Kreisel. Remember Kreisel, he was late to the party. He got docked all the way back to the 5th starting spot, and he is flexing, trying to show, you know what, you may have docked me, but I'm going to get back. Late to the party, but I'm going to rally. He's going to come off of turn number 4, looking for the race lead. He's got it. Riley Kreisel in the 19 takes over the top spot here with 22 laps to go. Question is, can he hold pace the rest of the way? Having to hit his marks down to the bottom. Edwards right there, but look to the top side. Here comes Kale Drake trying to charge by both of them. Into turns 3 and 4. Twin flags displayed. 2 to go. Kreisel off of the bottom just a little bit. Drake is there to the outside. He's going to have second. Gets by Drake. Edwards now. Kreisel to the bottom. Edwards to the outside. See ya. He's going to take over the race lead. Back up to the top spot goes Drake Edwards. White flag coming out this time. 1 to go. 3-car battle at the front of the field. Drake Edwards going to sneak by for the 2nd spot. Now going to try to line himself up for a possible win. Challenged by the 19 to the inside. But now off of the top and down to the bottom. He's going to block the lane. He's going back to victory lane in 97. Kale Drake gets it done at Sweet Springs.
With his 2nd place run, Justin Grant leapfrogged back to the top of the points and remained there for quite a while. All year long, Kale Drake had displayed an astounding passing prowess that has put him atop USAC's passing master standings. During the 21st annual USAC Indiana Midget Week opener at Circle City, that very same passing prowess took the 9th place starting Oklahoman right to the front of the field for his 2nd straight series victory.
Kale Drake up to the cushion, the 57 across the racetrack, the 14 down to the bottom. New leader maybe as they work into turns 3 and 4. Added by a half a car. The 14 of Kevin Thomas Jr. did lead the last time by. He's going to come around and he's going to lead one more. Kale Drake up into 2nd. Logan Seavey back to 3rd. Drake bounces her off the wall in the middle of turns 1 and 2, but it's going to launch him to the back straightaway. The 𝐂𝐲𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐴 entry working top shelf through turn 3. Going to diamond it down across the bottom off of turn number 4. Looking for the race lead at the line. He's got it. Kale Drake comes around to take over with 9 laps remaining. Bounces her off the concrete one more time. Kevin Thomas back to his inside. An absolute dogfight at the front of the field. Moving somewhat of an I-30 line. Takes it from the top of 3 down to the bottom of turn number 4, but 𝐂𝐲𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐴's back up top. Kevin Thomas Jr. back to the race lead. Kale Drake still right there in second. Huge run onto the back straightaway. Has it onto turn number 3. Where will he take his line this time? Once again, able to pitch the car down to the middle, but it's going to be Kevin Thomas. No, Kale Drake by 0.031 seconds that time. 7 laps remain, and they are starting to see the back of the field. Drake once again in the 97. Trying to get a run on Kevin Thomas. Kevin grazed that infield tire just a little bit, raised the car up, able to bolt it down the front straightaway. 0.013 the difference that time. It has been under 1/10 of a second about the last 3 times by. 5 laps remain. Kevin Thomas hooks the infield tire, and just like that, Kale Drake is back in the mix. It was Drake at the line by 0.024. Kevin Thomas muscling that inside line, trying everything he can to get the advantage here as we work into the closing laps. Once again, it is still Kale Drake, about the best advantage he's had over the last few laps, brings it out to just over 0.2 of a second. He continues to work the middle to top, that inside line. It is all in the hands of Kevin Thomas Jr., just needing to put some smooth laps and trying to get some momentum built on the bottom. But right now, Kale Drake, the advantage to him with that momentum. Into turn 3, this time out of turn number 4, checkered flag is going to fly, and Kale Drake is going to win night number 1 of Indiana Midget Week.
Jacob Denny's USAC National Midget career pretty much jump-started with his first career series victory during USAC Indiana Midget Week. On this night, Paragon provided the stage for the Ohio racer to once again slay the field in round 2 of the series, which just so happened to be exactly 2 years to the day since his last Indiana Midget Week triumph.
To the green here during Indiana Midget Week competition round 2. Field going to dash off into turns 1 and 2, working that outside line, and taking advantage of it will be the 67 of Jacob Denny. He'll work down to the bottom of the entry of 3, wide to the exit at turn number 4, and immediately going to gap the field here as he'll come around to lead lap number 1. KJ Snow running in second, Reinbold, Macintosh, Snyder, that was your top 5. Snyder working down to the bottom side of the Speedway, challenge to the outside coming from Justin Grant. The 87 able to make his way by up into the top 5 here in the early runnings. They'll roll into turns 3 and 4. Up front, that does allow Jacob Denny a little bit more breathing room, a little bit faster here. His advantage, 1.085 seconds already. Setzer, Meseral, Cummins, and Kevin Thomas Jr. into the top 10. 2 laps to go. Jacob Denny on a mission here tonight at Paragon. Still has a 2.5 second advantage. That race for second still ongoing. Grant has moved his line around a little bit. That time he was down to the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Again, enters low into 3, brings a wide into turn number 4 as they come to the lap code. It's in the air. We've got 1 to go. Final time onto the back straightaway. He will work off into turn number 3 and out of turn number 4. Night number 2 of Indiana Midget Week belongs to Jacob Denny in 67.
After 3 straight rainouts, 17 drivers came into the USAC Indiana Midget Week finale mathematically in contention for the championship. Fittingly, the final event of the truncated and abbreviated 3-race series came down to the 2 drivers who captured victories in the first 2 rounds of the series, Kale Drake and 17th place starting Jacob Denny.
Brings it off at turn number 4. They are just past the midpoint. It is 16 in, 14 to go. Kale Drake off of the top now, all the way to the bottom at both ends of the racetrack. Challenge for the second position. Jacob Denny and Drake Edwards going to slice it up now. Denny going to turn it hard in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Back to the inside of the Avante windows the doors. I'm ready 3. At the line, it's going to be Denny. Added by 6 thousandths. Now, those two go at it once again over in turns 1 and 2. As they're doing that, that's allowing Kale Drake to get just a little bit of room to relax here as they work through turns 3 and 4. Man, Edwards up the racetrack right next to the JBL number 67. Reinbold, Brecken Reese, Gavin Miller, that's your top 15. Look at the run to the back straightaway. Here comes Jacob Denny. Trailing by 0.5 second just a couple laps ago. Now he's right there in the back bumper of your leader. 6 to go. Challenge for the lead. Down to the inside rolls the 67. He's got plenty of room, and he's got it to the back straightaway. Leaves too much, though. Here comes Kale Drake back to his inside. Kale Drake charging back to see if he can retake the lead. Around to the front straightaway. New leader in this one is going to be Jacob Denny. They're still under a blanket here as they work into turns 1 and 2 for the final time. Kale Drake takes it back down to the bottom. Jacob Denny to the outside, going to charge onto the back straightaway. Through turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag is going to fly here at Kokomo, and it will be Jacob Denny in victory lane here tonight.
With 3 podiums and 3 starts, Kale Drake captured the 21st annual USAC Indiana Midget Week Championship. Justin Grant endured constant pressure from rivals, numerous caution flags, and heavy traffic, but when all was said and done, the most successful driver in the brief history of the dirt track at Indianapolis Motor Speedway had conquered them all once again on the opening night of the 7th running of the BC 39 presented by Avanti Windows and Doors.
We go back to green with 12 to go.
Turn 2 is the issue. Jason Person slides up. Justin Grant comes around him. Jason's going to slide it back. Now Brian it's on.
Jason Pursley up into the race lead here in the restart. It'll pay dividends for him. Justin Grant up on the outside. Has to wait on the guard a little bit that time, but he gets a good launch up the back straightaway. Tries to close back up here now. He'll go on the attack. He goes to the inside line looking for the lead. Slides it up. Man, you couldn't get much closer than that without crashing. But it's going to be the pristine Octagon number 86. He holds on to the lead. Grant going to chase him down the back straightaway. Where are they going to fly? It's going to be Grant looking low. Here comes a slide up at turn number 4. Can he get it? Yes, he does. Justin Grant back in the race lead. They're going to slice it back up into turns 1 and 2. Pursley back down to the bottom with Grant back in tow one more time.
This is the definition of a hammer and tongs battle. Who's going to outbrave who?
Grant back to second. Pursley back to the race lead. 8 laps to go. Both drivers bouncing it off into turns at 1 and 2. And here comes Kale Drake in that mix. Grant one more time. Tries the inside. He'll get the line blocked for a moment. Brings it up the racetrack. They tap tires. It's Pursley at the line over Grant by 5.025 seconds. Pursley in the wall that time.
Here comes Kale Drake. He's in the mix. Here comes Jason fighting back.
My goodness, close quarters racing. And Justin Grant retakes it. Jason Pursley's not done. Here comes the slide. Grant hard on the binders. Going to look to his inside down the back straightaway.
Unscrew the cap on the nitroglycerin bottle because this one's going to be just like that.
Man, Pursley slid it up right next to Grant. I thought he was going to tap him one more time on the turn number 4. Slides it. Grant to the inside. You can't get much more for the cost of admission than what you're seeing here tonight. Grant to the lead. Pursley slams into him. They open the door. And the 97's going to go by. Kale Drake says, thank you.
And he's sideways. Oh,
he looked the gift horse in the mouth, and it bit him.
Wow.
My, oh my. Chaos at the front of the field. Seavey.
Right.
He gets wadded up in it. Pursley's involved, and there's some words. Green 2 more times to settle this one.
You're Gavin Miller. Where do you want to make your move?
Might be right here as he works off the bottom side of the racetrack onto the back straightaway. White flag coming one more time. Challenge for second. Here comes Kyle Cummins in the 3. He and Gavin Miller going to duke it out as they do that. Justin Grant going to get just a little bit of breathing room. Cummins backs her off the wall onto the back straightaway. Here comes Gavin one more time as they work into turns 3 and 4. Checker flag going to come out in this one. Off of turn number 4, a prelim night winner once again. Justin Grant wins at 87.
Canon Macintosh's journey to victory lane at the BC 39 was as improbable as it was dramatic. He got upside down in a wild crash during a qualifying race, then had to drive his way into the field by winning the semi-feature. Starting 19th on the feature grid, Cannon turned on the heroics to become the first back-to-back BC 39 winner and earned a $20,039 prize.
This was a regular standard race that would be over, but no, this is the BC 39, and Justin Grant has got a fight on his hands.
Jacob Denny squeezing the 87 up against the wall. The exit turn number 4 goes to the slide. Grant back to his inside. He's going to hold on to the race lead. The NOS Energy entry trying to hold on to it. The JBL 67 trying to take it away. Short slide up at turn number 4. It's still Justin Grant with 6 laps to go. Denny, though, not giving up.
Now, Denny not giving up. There goes Justin Grant. Ladies and gentlemen, it is on. Here we go. Tom Hansen says we got 5 more laps of this.
Fistful to the field as they make their way by. Grant adjusting his lineup a little bit now. Going to try to put some room between himself and that 𝐂𝐲𝐬 curving at JDM Mountain that's chasing him. Down to the inside. Not able to get away fast enough. Denny goes for it. Bounces off the wall. Justin Grant's going to hold on to it.
Justin Grant had a little bit of trouble coming through too. He went down low. Will that pay off? Here he comes on the rail. Here comes Denny. That man worked for Jacob, but here comes Justin Grant.
Grant across the nose. Now contact to the front straightaway. They go skyward. They keep rolling though. Jacob Denny 3 laps away from victory. Grant to his inside. Climbs his inside tires. Justin Grant climbs the tires, and that just took him out of contention. It's going to be Denny taking over at 67. Up in the second goes Canon Macintosh. go.
And there's the yellow. Oh, my.
Trying to add his name, and Macintosh going to restart on his back bumper, trying to go back to back. We're back to green. Here comes Cannon down to the inside, goes for the lead. Jacob Denny, contact with his left side tires on the 71, and you've got 3 𝐂𝐲𝐬𝐷 cars in the front of the field, and this one could end up in a scrapyard. Cannon Macintosh into the race lead at the wait for the white flag.
Yeah, absolutely right. Let's see if anybody's got anything left. Here they come, Brian. Who's it going to be?
Off into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. He's going to try to protect for the slide. Outside with the run, the drag race. Back to back for Cannon Macintosh in 71.
1 week earlier, Cannon Macintosh became the first multi-time BC39 winner. On the opening night of Mid-America Midget Week, Macintosh was in the process of becoming the first 3-time USAC National Midget winner at Missouri's Sweet Springs Motorsports Complex. But this score didn't require nearly as much flair for the dramatic, just pure domination.
Grant trying to come back to his inside, see if he can lead the opening lap. He cannot. Going to be Cannon Macintosh leading. Grant right there in second. Dom trailing in third. Then you'll find Jacob Denny and Gunnar Setzer your top 5 here in the early runnings. Both drivers patiently through turns 3 and 4. Problems for Winfrey. The 321 down to the infield. He clears. We stay green. Cannon round the bottom. Grant tries the middle. Glued to the back bumper of your leader this time into turns 3 and 4. Caution. We've got one parked, and it's Dom. Takes her off onto the back straightaway for the final time. Enter turn 3, exit turn 4 for the 3rd time in his career. He's a winner here in Sweet Springs. Cannon Macintosh in victory lane for the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship.
It had been nearly 9 years since the last occasion of an Arizona native becoming a first-time USAC National Midget winner. At the conclusion of round 2 of Mid-America Midget Week at Mitchell County, Drake Edwards and Chad Boat were standing side by side in victory lane as the last and the newest Arizonans to win with the series.
Drake Edwards going to get another shot here from the pole. They come off at turn number 4 to the NOS Energy start can. We're underway. Once again, the outside of the front row going to prove to be the better spot here. It will be Grant one more time taking off of the race lead. 3 wide, a little bit further back for the 5th spot. Seavey working the outside of the 57. Going to come away with it here on line number 1. Grant leads, Edwards in second, Macintosh, Miller, Seavey, your top 5 challenge for the lead. Here comes the 83 working the top side. They're going to slice it up at switch lines here to the exit to number 4. The Avante opens the doors. Number 83 going to have it as they come around to click off line number 2. Works by Ethan Mitchell through turns 3 and 4. That opens the door a little bit for the 57. He tries the inside, couldn't find the grip. Gets back up behind the solar car here, and that opens the door for Cannon Macintosh. The mobile number 71K down the inside, looks for second. He's got it. Seavey trying to come back after him, denied. He will fall back to third as we've got 2 laps remaining. White flag set to fly this time. A trio of slower cars directly in front of your leader. Will this tell the tale here as they come around to 1 to go? Finding turns 1 and 2 and onto the back straightaway for the final time. He will work into turn 3 and out of turn number 4 for the first time in his career. He is a winner with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship. Drake Edwards gets the job done in 83.
It had been 56 races and 763 days since Gavin Miller became a first-time USAC National Midget winner. On the opening night of the Midwest Midget Championship at Jefferson County, the wait finally ended and the weight off the shoulders was finally lifted from Gavin Miller as he finally became a 2-time series winner in a 𝐂𝐲𝐬 podium sweep.
You're going to take it off onto the back straightaway. We'll see who has the advantage here on lap number 1. Outside line running right now for the sound gear number 97. Gavin Miller going to come around to lead the opening lap. Kyle Jones running in second. Cannon Macintosh sitting in third. Battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Up for grabs here on the back straightaway. Everybody splitting around the pristine auction number 86 of Way. Leader in traffic, and they've got him walled in for a second. He'll thread the needle this time off into turns 3 and 4. That's going to allow Cannon to close in considerably, but there's a lap car between himself and the leader right now. 1.134 seconds this time around. A fistful going to be shown to the field. It'll be 5 laps remaining. Top side, the place to be right now. Battle for third. Steven Snyder sneaking by on Kyle Jones. In fact, that's the battle for 4th, excuse me. Jacob Denny has been able to make his way up to the 3rd spot, and he's closing on Cannon Macintosh. It is 𝐂𝐲𝐬𝐷 in 1, 2, and 3 right now. Miller with 3 to go. Macintosh, Denny, Snyder, Jones, your top 5. Seavey, Leopard, KTJ, Kale Drake, Gunnar Setzer, your top 10. come off of turn number 4 this time to 2 to go. Not able to clear Grant, and that has allowed Cannon Macintosh to close from over a second now to 4/10. As they work off into turns 3 and 4, this time white flag coming out. Final trip around here in prelim competition at Jefferson County. Cannon closes up within a few car lengths now, going to adjust his line down to the bottom into turns 3 and 4. Final 2 turns. Can he get a run round to the checkered flag? It will be Gavin Miller winning the drag race to the checkered flag.
Everything Cannon Macintosh had accomplished over the past 11 days could be encapsulated in a mere 40 laps on the final night of the Midwest Midget Championship at Jefferson County. After dropping back from 5th to 8th in the opening laps, he hustled his way back and then picked off the front 2 in one fell swoop late in the going to pull off a $10,000 0-cents triumph.
Start in third, looking for second on Jacob Denny as they make their way into turns 3 and 4. Seavey's up over the cushion. Here comes Cannon Macintosh to the inside. Oh my, they left the front door unlocked and he came a-kicking on by. The Mobile 1, number 71, going to take over Seavey with a big misstep on the cushion as Cannon Macintosh takes over. Just over a half a second separating first and second. Seavey on the outside, back up into third. White flag coming. Last night, the top 3 were all within 0.2 of a second coming to the drop of the checkered flag. Cannon going to bounce her a little bit that time at the bottom of the turns 1 and 2. Takes her onto the back straightaway one last time through turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag's going to drop in this one, and Cannon Macintosh is going to score $10,000 here tonight at Jefferson County.
In a mere 5-race span, Cannon Macintosh had erased a 106-point deficit to reign at the top of the championship standings. For Gavin Miller, the red clay of Bloomington Speedway has been a home away from home. Back in 2023, the Allentown, Pennsylvania native captured his first career USAC National Midget victory at the Southern Indiana Oval. Now, after enduring 56 winless nights between his first and second USAC win, it only took one race between wins 2 and 3.
And over the cushion over in turns 3 and 4, that's going to hand a near full second back to Justin Grant here. Coming up on traffic, and again, that car so tight on the cushion. Problems for your leader. Grant is there to the inside, looking for the race lead. Got it. Huge mistake by your leader as they worked into turns 3 and 4, and I think he might have a tire going down. Makes his way into turns 3 and 4. We'll get a look at the right rear, and it looks like she is soft. So the right rear starting to fade on the number 67. Unfortunately, that takes the lead away from him, and Justin Grant takes over in 87. Into traffic we go once again here. Gavin Miller keeping close tabs on your leader. Caution, the right rear has finally exploded on the 67. 𝐂𝐲𝐥𝐢 lays about the racetrack. 14 laps remain. We're back underway. Gavin Miller jumps out to the lead here. Justin Grant falls to second of the restart. And it looks like the right rear might be getting soft on the 87 as well. So Grant going to try to keep that right rear wound up and keep the pressure building here as he tries to hold on to that second spot. But Miller on the restart coming away with the race lead. Off of the speedway over the outside of turns 1 and 2. White flag is out. Checkered flag set to follow. 2023 is where he got his first win. He's going back to victory lane at Bloomington. Gavin Miller wins in 97.
Throughout the first 63 feature starts of his USAC National Midget career, Gavin Miller possessed just a single solitary victory. Now, after his latest triumph, he had won 3 of 4, but there was none bigger on the list than the 40th running of the Fireman's Nationals at Sun Prairie, Wisconsin's Angel Park Speedway for a $10,000 reward.
Kick things off here as they work onto the back straightaway. It'll be your pole sitter, Breckin Reese, taking off in the top spot here as they work into turns 3 and 4. Everybody working through that freshly tilled earth over there in the third and fourth turns on lap number 1. They're going to make it around on into turns 1 and 2. Down to the inside, going to charge Gavin Miller in the 97. We'll see if he can walk away with the race lead in the back straightaway. He does. Step to the inside and right up into the race lead. Breckin Reese, yes, left side tires up a little bit that time to turns 3 and 4 as he falls to the second spot. Gavin Miller, winner Friday night at Bloomington, trying to pick up another one here. Now turn him into the wall, but we're on the back straightaway for the final time. Checkered flag, going to greet the driver out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. Call him Butter because he's on a roll. Gavin Miller back in victory lane.
When Hayden Reinbold set quick time for the first time in his USAC National Midget career during qualifying, that feat made everyone on the grounds of Eldora Speedway stand up and take notice. Turns out it was just a harbinger of more good things to come on this most magical night for the Gilbert, Arizona racer in what was his 101st career series start.
Side by side with the Avante Windows and Doors number 86 as they work into turns 3 and 4. Now going to clear, and he's going to set sights on your leader. Up to the little groove and now next to the wall in the front straightaway as he trails Kevin Thomas Jr. Goes after him in the inside over in turns 1 and 2. Couldn't beat him to the punch on the back straightaway. KTJ's going to lead. Now protects the bottom over in turns 3 and 4. Slides himself up across the racetrack. Reinbold still in pursuit. Middle to bottom of the racetrack. Jason Pursley a distant third with Logan Seavey setting his sights. Tries for the lead. Still couldn't get there fast enough. Reinbold and Kevin Thomas in a good battle for the top spot. In the sprint cars, it was Briggs Danner throwing slides. This time it's Hayden Reinbold, and he's got it as they work around to the front straightaway. Hayden Reinbold comes around to take it away with 8 laps in the books. The momentum continues to build. The speed continues to build for the driver, the number 19, here in the 2025 season. And tonight, it's going to pay off in his 101st feature start with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship. He'll come around to victory, Hayden Reinbold.
After winning 2 out of the 3 USAC main events 1 year ago during the 4 Crown, there was only one way for Jason Pursley to top that accomplishment. The 20-year-old left no doubt right from the word go as he raced from 7th to 1st to earn the most dominating victory of the entire USAC National Midget season, part of his 3 USAC wins on the night.
Sets are right now rounding out your top 10. As Snyder, a little bit of an issue there at the exit to number 4. Opens the door for Kevin Thomas, going to his inside. Oh, Steven Snyder's into the wall. Caution. He trailed by just shy of 3/10 of a second. Now it's a couple of car links onto the back straightaway. Rides off into turns 3 and 4. They will switch lines. It'll be KTJ to the bottom, the 86 to the outside. They were bumper to bumper going in. As right now, Kevin Thomas switching his lines at both ends of the racetrack. Here comes Pursley down to the inside with the slide. Can he grab the cushion fast enough? He can. You'll have a new leader as Kevin Thomas fighting back to his inside. Does he try to go to the inside and take the line? He doesn't. Kevin Thomas instead, he goes to the inside. He's up across the racetrack. Short slide off Jason Pursley. Kevin Thomas back into the race lead. Tyler, this right here, classic Eldora Midget Racing.
Yeah, absolutely. This reminds me a lot of the one I had a race like this with Logan Seavey and Tanner Carrick, and it's just you're sliding each other as many times as you can to just hopefully be the guy that finally makes the right move.
Boy, Kevin Thomas throwing the slide again, this time giving Pursley a little bit more room. He's able to turn back to his inside. They're going to go at it again over turns 1 and 2. KTJ up the racetrack, not quite fast enough. Jason Pursley able to clear as we have 14 laps completed. We'll have 10 to go this time. He's going to follow it up here with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship. And for the second class in the second year, he's back-to-back at 4 Crown. Jason Pursley going back to victory lane.
About 99.8% of the time, taking the lead with 5 laps remaining en route to a $20,000 payday would be cause for a joyous occasion, a jubilant celebration that would forever be one of the highlight moments of a season and perhaps even a career. For Jason Pursley, the Hangtown 100 was anything but after late race contact sent the crowd into a tizzy.
Boy, Larson takes it upstairs, and he's got to run to the back straightaway. Kyle Larson's going to take over here in the Hangtown 100. Larson 11th to 1st, and HendrickCars.com number 1. He'll come around to lead the way. Lap 44 is all his. Boy, Corey Day going in, and where we've seen several drivers go in and hit that rut and just throws the car up the racetrack, he went in, kind of caught it with the left side tires and just took the Hoosiers to the sky. Was able to hold on to that second spot that time. It kind of jostles him up a little bit as he had to get on the binders for a slower car. Opens the door for the 86. Pursley trying to look to the inside. Corey Day somehow holds him off.
Buddy Kofoid. Oh, Corey Day's upside down.
Catches the left rear of the slower car. That pins him down and sends him flying. Pursley going to do everything he can to keep pace with the 1K. He's doing it right now. Closes back in. He lost some ground on the restart. Good line through 3 and 4. Goes up to the cushion in 1 and 2. Challenge for the lead, maybe. Here comes the 86, up on to within a couple of car lengths of the 1K, now to his back bumper, round to the front straightaway. Can he make a move into turns 1 and 2? He does. Slide job for the lead, contact, and Larson's upside down. Jason Pursley tried for the slide. He hit the slick and into the 1. Oh, my. And he is up at the top of turn number 2, giving the thumbs up to Jason Pursley. And we've got a development of the 86, the right rear shock is bent, broken, and dangling.
Pursley through 1 and 2, looking good. Brian Holbert bring us home down the back straightaway.
Off into turns 3 and 4. The right rear shock plays nothing into this one. Checkered flag is out. Jason Pursley wins the Hangtown 100.
Cannon Macintosh took a giant leap toward his first career USAC National Midget Championship with his decisive victory during the Golden State Invasion's Midget Madness at Merced Speedway. Simultaneously, Macintosh delivered a milestone victory for his car owner, 𝐂𝐲𝐥𝐢𝐧𝐝𝐞𝐫𝐬, whose triumph was the 200th of his career across USAC's 3 national divisions.
As they work into turns 1 and 2, Kofoid going to go in and try to the top. So does the 71, blocks the charge of Cannon. Now he rolls to the middle to the inside, rolls the 67 to Jacob Denny, looking for the lead, 3 wide to the exit, turn number 4, and Kofoid somehow holds on to it. So you're looking at that. You've got lap cars in front of you. You're just trying to find a place to run, and Kofoid was able to find it on the outside as he still got Cannon right there. He works back by the 67 to Jacob Denny. Challenge for the lead here as they work onto the back straightaway, bud. That allowed Cannon to kind of get by, but again, getting caught up there, like you said, he hadn't really made a mistake to that point. Macintosh, once again, going to be challenged here. Got it in traffic. Does traffic give it back? Maybe. As they work into turns 3 and 4, here comes Kofoid on the outside. This time, no. Nearly catches the right rear of Cannon Macintosh. Tried to the inside, once again denied. Finally, the lap car stepping out of the exit, turn number 2. That's going to allow your leader down to the inside. Cannon Macintosh holds on to the race lead. Kofoid still right there in the hunt. Lap car directly in front, lap car behind, and it's holding up the charge of Kofoid as they come around to the wave of the white flag. Kofoid trying to get a run and see if he can get something happening here on the final lap as they work into turns 3 and 4. Down to the bottom side goes Macintosh. To the high side goes Kofoid. He will not be denied. It is Cannon Macintosh back in victory lane.
After 38 races without a single visit to USAC National Midget Victory Lane, Logan Seavey began to wonder if that time would come before the sand in the 2025 Hourglass ran out. During the inaugural Chase Johnson Classic, the Sutter Californian made it happen in the 3rd from last race of the season, even if it came down to the final few grains of sand.
Here comes the McVeigh truck at number 57, working to the high side. Corey Day to the inside. It's going to be Jacob Denny with the advantage of the back straightaway. Seavey's not done. 5 to go, about to be 4 to go. Here comes the 57, slams the rut in the exit of turn number 4. Doesn't slow him down. It's going to be Seavey at the line by 0.07 of a second for second. He's got the position down the back straightaway. Day trying to fight back to his inside here through turns 3 and 4 up across the racetrack. Does he throw the block? He doesn't. It's going to be Seavey holding on to the second spot. 3 to go as they're battling. That's allowing Jacob Denny to get just a little bit of an advantage. It was a half second last time, but it's starting to disappear. About to be 2 to go. White flag coming next time. Here comes Logan Seavey. Up on the top side of turns 1 and 2. Does he have the run to the back straightaway? He's going to pull up alongside. Game on for the race lead as they come around for the wave of the white flag. 5,000 bones up for grabs and 1 away, and here comes Seavey up into the top spot. Logan Seavey takes over the race lead. Jacob Denny back to his inside as they work onto the back straightaway. Through turns 3 and 4, one final time. Seavey right to the middle. Denny pushes up the racetrack, and it's Logan Seavey in victory lane here at Merced.
From Jason Leffler to Buddy Kofoid, number 71 has had its share of monumental moments over the years in USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship racing. The 11th running of the Jason Leffler Memorial during the series debut at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway in California was certainly no exception.
Carry that momentum around turns 3 and 4. Up on the high side, he rolls the 14, going to try to take it up across the racetrack, get in front of him, couldn't get there. The mobile one, number 71, is going to lead the way. Buddy Kofoid takes over. Kofoid leads the way. Kevin Thomas still right there. Going to lose ground onto the backside of the racetrack. Jacob Denny running in 3rd. Andriotti and Corey Day still your top 5. Kofoid in the 71 with 1 to go. Denny going to try everything he has here on the closing lap to see if he can close in just a little bit more. He's made up quite a bit, but time has run out as they work at a turn number 3. At a turn number 4, a long time coming, but he's back in victory lane. Buddy Kofoid wins the Jason Leffler Memorial.
1 year ago, Corey Day set a record as the youngest Turkey Night Grand Prix winner. In the 2025 finale one night after celebrating his 20th birthday, the Clovis, California racer became the youngest 2-time victor of the race in a duel with Logan Seavey that set a brand new record with 9 lead changes between the two, the most in the event's 84-year history.
Side, you saw him have to really crank the wheel to get it back away from the wall as he is closing quick, and there it is. Pass for the lead. Logan Seavey back into the race lead. Seavey coming around to take it with 66 in the books. Bikes are up over in turn number 2, and Corey Day says thank you very much. Quickly going to retake it here as they come around to the front straightaway. Seavey coming back after him. Corey Day back into the race lead. So Seavey carrying a lot of speed into turns 1 and 2 last time around, found the rut at the exit of the second turn. Got the car upset. Corey Day able to sneak back by. Now Day gets that right rear up, doesn't allow any room between himself and the wall. Seavey having to throttle out of it just a little bit here. Problems for one of the RMS entries down into the pit area and done here at Turkey Night as Seavey takes her off at the top of the speedway at the line. They're separated by .019. Corey Day's got more company here. Seavey comes a knocking on the back straightaway. Got it this time into turns 3 and 4. Logan Seavey back up into the race lead. Corey Day going to try to retake it. This time, not quite. The McVeigh truck at number 57 is going to hold on to it. Logan Seavey back into the race lead. Corey Day still right there to his inside. Top to bottom and bottom to top. They battle at both ends of the speedway. Day all the way around the hub at both ends of the racetrack. Seavey working middle to bottom. Kofoid going to step out in the middle of turns 1 and 2. He'll try to look for second. Corey Day going to keep him at bay. Larson looking for room to run around all three of them. They're working at turns 3 and 4. Larson going to swing through the middle. Takes it up top. Kevin Thomas Jr. trying to come after him once again. As Corey Day sneaks back to the inside and back into the race lead. Day back into the top spot here. Seavey still right there. Works in the middle of 3. Exit to number 4. Kofoid giving chase as well. The 57, another big drive onto the front straightway. But Corey Day, smooth on the restart, retakes it. White flag coming this time. The 2024 Turkey Night winner became the youngest driver to ever do so. A hard-fought battle for the lead. But in 2025, he is a back-to-back Turkey Night champion. Corey Day wins here at Ventura.
Finishing as the runner-up, Canon Macintosh climbed to the top of USAC's NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship in 2025, and resilience was at the forefront. Case in point, the first of the Bixby, Oklahoma Racers series leading 5 wins came on Belleville weekend. After a spin on night 1, he roared back from 22nd to 5th. One night later, he bounced back with a victory. At IMS, he flipped wildly in his heat race, then dusted himself off to win the semi. Starting 19th in the feature, he made the biggest charge of the year to become the first multi-time BC 39 winner in back-to-back fashion. Down the stretch, Macintosh erased a 106-point deficit by reeling off Mid-America Midget Week victories at Sweet Springs and Jefferson County, while adding another W late in the year at Merced. It all cemented his first USAC crown and provided 𝐂𝐲𝐽𝐬 his record-extending 13th USAC National Midget entrant title. For 𝐂𝐲𝐥𝐢𝐳, their latest entrant title is their 11th. If there's anything you could count on in 2025, it was to not count Canon out.
Finally, we're here, and it's truly special, and I'm very grateful to be standing here. As a team, we overcame a lot, and adversity and resiliency was the key for us. It's not just one person that wins a championship and makes this happen. It truly takes a team, and I just want to share the stage with you guys. You guys are world class. You're the best at what you do. You've worked nonstop all season to put up with me, dealt with the adversity, and you always kept me confident. You've never doubted me, and you guys are true champions and should be proud of everything that we've accomplished together. Anytime I got down on myself, you always reminded me who I was, and I'm very grateful to get to share this with all 3 of you guys, and I'll never forget it. And thank you to Keith, and thank you to Pete for giving us the opportunity to do this together. We couldn't have done it without you.
Bo's been with me the longest. I mean, I don't even know how long it's been. It's going on 15, 20 years, 21 years. You know, as I've gotten older, I've kind of stepped back. Bo's really taken charge. And this year, he took the whole thing by actually put this whole group of guys. He selected the guys that works with him, and we're so thrilled that Canon came back last year. We knew we could win races. We knew we could win championships, and these 2 guys, you know, really earned this thing this year, and his guys. So, congratulations to these guys.
In the final tally, Canon Macintosh was 44 points ahead of the pack. Justin Grant finished second in points, while Kevin Thomas Jr., Jacob Denny, and Kale Drake rounded out the top 5 for 2025.